See my screen. Basically, it's on a high level of understanding. We are talking about this Hyperion. The version is 11.1.2.2. This is the latest version that I'll be teaching you. Hyperion. This version has been released in the month of May, basically. So we would be learning this version. I'll also be telling you what are the major changes which has happened from the previous versions to version 11.1.2.2. So
that is, you will be telling the changes which have happened.
Yes,
no?
yes. I'll be telling the changes which has happened. So once you go to US and you would feel, you'll be confident enough that you can face an interview and you can know that what are changes and all this.
Okay.
So basically, these are the different products of Hyperion. We have financial management, we have planning, we have strategic finance, we have profitability and cost management, and we have performance scorecard. So basically, these are different products of Hyperion that we have. So HFM, as you know, it's basically a consolidation tool which will consolidate all your financial accounts. Planning is basically a budgeting and forecasting tool. So anyone wants to do a budgeting and forecasting, we can go ahead and implement Hyperion planning, so they'll be able to do budgeting and forecasting. Strategic finance is a tool for finance people, which would tell me the alternative strategies to achieve a goal. Basically, profitability and cost management is basically is very new in version 11. I mean, this is also a tool for people like CA, like you, or people who have done their ICWA. It's basically a cost management tool, which has got a great demand in US. Basically, performance scorecard is basically for people who have done their MBA HRs. They can go ahead and do performance scorecard. SBase is one of the core product of Hyperion. So I would say that people who wants to come into Hyperion umbrella, they have to learn SBase first. Then they will be able to understand better other modules very easily. SBase stands for Extended Spreadsheet Database. So that is the full form of SBase. So it's a database. So when I say database, it would store data by itself. It doesn't have to depend upon any other database. Like if you take HFM, the backend for HFM is a relational database. So what all things that you do in HFM would be stored in a relational database. But however, for SBase itself is a database. So SBase stands for Extended Spreadsheet Database. So at this point of time, you understand it's a database and it would store data by itself. So what kind of database, how it stores data, and what kind of things that it can do, we'll see it later. But at this point of time, you understand it's a database which will store data by itself. Okay. To work on SBase, I need to install SBase. You need to install administration services. You need to install provider services, and you need to install integration services in your system. Only then you can work on SBase. I would also tell you the installation part. How do you do the installation configuration? So you will feel confident enough so that you also, when you put in your resume, you can also project that you also worked on installation and configuration. I'll tell you what are the common issues that you get when you do installation. How do you check the log files and all these things, so that you will be confident enough to face the interview. That's about SBase. So, coming to reporting and analysis, you have various reporting tools. Like you have something called interactive reporting, you have web analysis, you have financial reporting, and you have SQR production reporting. So basically, these are reporting tools which are used for the management people to analyze their data in their in a nice graphical user interface, where they can see the reports in a chart wise, like you can see the reports in a pie chart or any other chart wise. So these reporting tools would either connect to SBase or performance scorecard or profitability and cost management or strategic finance or planning or HFM, and generate reports for the management people to analyze their data. So basically, these reporting tools has got both advantages as well as disadvantages as well. Each reporting tool has got its own advantages, and each reporting tool has got its own disadvantages. So it's up to the client to decide which reporting tools he wants to implement. Based on that, he can go with the reporting tool, and he can connect to the database, and he can generate the reports.
So you will be covering this as a part of you the syllabus
Uh,
for SBS and planning?
as a part of this, I'll not be touching the reporting tools as well. I'll tell you the basic reporting tools, which is called SmartView, which is in the bottom. I'll not be touching the interactive reporting or web analysis or financial reporting. But I'll be telling the reporting tool, which is called SmartView, which is in the bottom, if you'll be able to see it. After that, I'll be covering.
SmartView is a reporting tool for planning also, huh? Planning and
Yeah. SmartView is also a reporting tool for SBS as well as planning. It's just an add-in. When you open your Excel sheet, you get SmartView as an add-in.
But generally for SBS planning, how the reports are generated? Is there a specified reporting tool like HFR we have for
Yes.
HFM?
I mean, there is no one specific tool, you know. So, I mean, I've seen people using HFR and connecting to SBS and pulling out the reports. I've also seen projects wherein they use interactive reporting or web analysis and they connect to SBS or planning and they pull out the reports. There is no specific thing like if they're using planning, they have to use only financial reporting. There is no hard and fast rule like that. They can use any reporting tool which is convenient for them, you know, for their purpose. They want to satisfy their purpose. They can use any other reporting tool.
Okay. Are you aware of a tool called HYPERION Disclosure Management?
Yes, disclosure management. I am actually working on disclosure management. I'm also trying to learn new things now, so I'm not aware of disclosure management completely. So I'll not be able to.
That is there in our agenda. That's why I asked.
Disclosure management, I'll not be touching, Rajesh.
Okay, fine.
It's only SBS. I'll be touching it. And planning. Disclosure management. If you need any material regarding that, I can provide you. Wherein you can, if you want, you can learn by yourself. Disclosure management. If you want that kind of material help from my end, I'll be able to do it for you.
Okay, thank you. Okay.
Coming
it's
to
good
data management.
It's good that you are from Oracle, so it will be of help actually.
Yeah, that's what I have the access for all the material. If you need the material, I can help you on giving you the material.
Okay.
Coming to data management, you have something called data relationship management. You have something called DIM, data integration management, and you have something called FDQM, financial data quality management. So think these data management tools like an ETL tool. You know. So I mean, when I say ETL tool, ETL stands for extract, transform, and load. So data management tools like DRM or FDQM, this would act as a ETL tool. I mean, this would connect to your source systems, bring the data and put it to your target. Maybe target can be planning or HFM or SBS. So this would act as a ETL tool, which would connect to your source systems and put the data into your target system. Coming to foundation services, you have something called shared services. I mean, shared services would take care of all your administration part. Like if you join a company and if you want to get an access for HFM, so someone has to create a user ID and password for you to log into the system. So shared service is a place where developers would log in and create a user ID and password and give it to the end users, so that they can log into the system and see the reports, or they can log into the system and based on the access what they have got, maybe they have got read access or write access, maybe they can go ahead and see the reports. You know, so all administration part is taken care in shared services.
Okay.
For all the products of HYPERION, with respect for all HFM, SBS, planning, performance scorecard, strategic finance. So for all the products of HYPERION, shared services is one centralized place to manage all your user activities.
Okay.
Coming to SmartView, and SmartView is an add-in when you install HYPERION, and when you open your Excel sheet, SmartView would come as an add-in, so that end users are basically familiar with the Excel sheets. So not to lose those customers, Oracle has provided an add-in called SmartView. So when they open their Excel sheet, they can also connect to SBS and pull out the reports, so that people who are familiar with the Excel sheets, they can also work on SmartView, so that it would be easy for them to analyze their reports. Coming to workspace, on your left hand side, you will be able to see something called workspace here. Workspace is like a URL. 1 second, Rajesh. 1 second. Sorry, Rajesh.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're able to see workspace, right? Workspace is
Yeah.
like it's like a URL, I mean, how do you log into a gmail.com? You double click on Internet Explorer and type a gmail.com and go inside the Gmail and you see your mails. In the same way, workspace is a URL. And you just would click on the Internet Explorer, type one URL and go inside the system and see the reports. What we have prepared in financial reporting or web analysis or interactive reporting. We as a developer, we would prepare the reports and keep the reports in workspace. So end users would log into workspace and see the reports what we have created, either using financial reporting or interactive reporting or web analysis. That's what I mean.
Okay.
You being an end user, I think you might be familiar with workspace, right? Or a smart view.
Sorry, workspace.
Yeah. You being, I mean, as you said that you worked as end user in financial report management, right?
Yeah.
I mean, are you familiar with workspace?
Yes. That is basically the web end, correct? The web, basically we can operate.
Correct.
That is the access was given for data forms through workspace. So and some specific access was given for particular data forms to certain users.
Yeah, correct. So basically, I'm sorry, Rajesh.
No, you will be taking the classic application as a base or EPMA as a base?
EPMA planning would be completely covered in EPMA.
Okay.
SBase, I mean, we will not be using EPMA to create a SBase application, but planning would be only completely doing planning application using EPMA.
Okay. What about classic then? Classic you will be
No,
taking?
I'll be taking you both.
Okay.
I'll be taking you both by using EPMA as well as classic.
Okay, good. What about, we are having an agenda in our project for workforce and CapEx also, workforce planning and CapEx. So what about that?
Now workforce and CapEx planning, because these two are paid modules, which we would not be, because if you want to work on these two modules, you have to pay an extra license. I mean, when you download the software, you don't get it free of cost. You have to get an extra license to work on it. But CapEx planning, the only additional thing what they give you is they give you a predefined data forms and they give you predefined calculations. So by using that, you have to customize according to your project. That's all. But the rest of the things are same.
Okay. That is there will be, as I understand, there will be some predefined data forms. Correct.
Yeah, that's what. No?
That is the format will be predefined. If we want, we can use that, or we can customize. We can also build a format if required.
Correct. That's true. Yeah.
Okay, so you will be covering this in your program.
No, because these two are paid modules, So this software, we have to get an extra license from Oracle to show you this workforce and CapEx planning. So training material also from Oracle side, there is no training material on workforce and CapEx planning as well.
Okay.
The planning what we teach is sufficient enough to work on CapEx planning as well as workforce planning, because the only advantage in workforce or CapEx planning is that they only give you the data forms and the calculation scripts, but the rest of the things are same.
Okay, but you will show me how to do how to build those things in planning. Is there a provision for that?
No, there is no provision to. No, there is no provision to specifically tell you the CapEx and workforce planning, but there is only these two databases. But the rest of the things, how to create an application, that would be same using CapEx and workforce. Once we start the class, you will be able to understand better the workforce planning and CapEx planning. it is general planning that we are learning. We are not learning a capex planning or a workforce planning. But I mean, the planning what we are learning, you would definitely able to do your workforce or capex planning 70 to 80%.
Sorry.
Once we learn the planning, and if they give you to work on workforce and capex planning, you'll be able to work it. You'll be able to work easily. You don't have to. It is not altogether very new module. It's the same thing.
Okay. Okay.
So basically, I'll be teaching you SBase. I'll be teaching you planning. I'll be teaching you workspace. Okay. I'll be teaching you this. I'll be teaching you shared services. I'll be teaching you smartly.
Okay. What about business rules and calculation scripts and all that? That is how to use.
You want to see the content basically? Do you want to see the content what we cover?
Yeah.
One second. I mean, this is not a 5-day course. So basically, when we go for a corporate training, it's a 5-day course. If you want me to send the content, I'll send you the content to you. Should I send you the course content?
I have already sent some content which is having in my website. Better to send to us. I'll clarify that. What are the?
So you are covering the Oracle this thing itself.
Yes.
So business rules. What is there regarding business rules here? Calculations and business rules and all that.
If you see, this is the business rule that we have.
Okay.
If you see here, this is the business rules.
So you will be able to see. I'm asking the practical aspects of it. That is, how do I practice? That you will be taking care of. That is, you will be able to give that comfort in terms of I have the enough. What do you say? The reading material with me, which I can use and practice.
Yes, Rajesh. I think sir. I mean, any plans do you have, sir? I mean, the person apart from Rajesh, I see other person.
Yes.
Okay, you'll be taking care of. The practice and all this.
Rajesh, we do provide server access if it is possible. Maybe we can install software on your machine.
Sorry, I can't hear you.
Yes, there are two possibilities are there. If it is possible, we'll install them on your machine, or else we'll give the server access to you to the practice.
What kind of material will be provided?
So
material I'll show you 1 second, Rajesh. I have the material. So basically, so these are the materials that we have. This will be sharing with you. Everything, the material what you are getting, you will be getting it from Oracle only. So.
Okay. For planning, this is SBase. That is each and every the thing which you will cover. That you will be providing the material. That's I'm saying how to navigate the system.